Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis, the host of Forbes True Crime. Joining me now is Nancy Schwartzman, showrunner and director of Death in Apartment 603, What Happened to Ellen Greenberg. Nancy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
I am from the Philadelphia area originally, and I was there when Ellen Greenberg died in 2011. And the case throughout the years, throughout these past 14 years, has always stuck out to me because of the questions around it. Namely being that Ellen Greenberg was found with 20 stab wounds, some of them being in the back of her neck, but her death was ultimately ruled as suicide. So to start off the conversation, how did you get involved in this case? And 14 years later, why did you decide now was the time to shine the spotlight on Ellen and her family story?
Well, I just want to really acknowledge the Greenberg family. Ellen's parents have been fighting for 14 years because they know their daughter, they knew their daughter, they knew suicide didn't add up, on like who she was and how she died. And they've just been asking the question for years, painstakingly walking through this process to try to reveal more answers. What happened? What did her body look like? What did the 911 call look like? Is there surveillance imagery? So we wanted to show in the series this like painstaking journey that they had to go on. Like, first you're in shock, your daughter who's a few months away from getting married to the love of her life, who's experiencing some anxiety, but nothing, super alarm worthy, right? And then to have this terrible shock and trauma occur and have it splash in the headlines and then kind of disappear, because once it's ruled as suicide, it just like goes away. Watching them and like really hearing and understanding their story, and as more information got revealed, it becomes harder and harder to accept that this could possibly be a suicide. So we also wanted to hear from like the experts who lent their time and effort. There's a, veteran Philly cop who joins the investigation, Tom Brennan, free of charge, just like, this doesn't sound right. There's a former attorney for the district attorney's office who's listened to 1,000 911 calls, right? It's like, we don't even understand, like, law enforcement, these DAs, they like know this world really well. And this case jumped out to them, right? So we really wanted to look at, well, what is so unusual about it and what doesn't add up. So there had been this very slow build over the years, and then suddenly a lot of momentum around Ellen's case, because the family finally had gathered enough sort of evidence and video of to launch some lawsuits against the city, against the medical examiner's office, and against the Supreme Court for ruling the death a suicide. So I got on board, and it was kind of really intense timing. I got on board December, and February they went to trial. So it was like, oh my God, let's go. Like, it's happening. So after 14 years, suddenly we're in the halls of City Hall, and they reach a settlement, right? And the medical examiner, walks back his initial finding of suicide. Literally my first day on the job, in a way, our first day with the camera. So the timing has been really perfect for shining a light on this case now.
That's